Welcome to episode 17 of the OVW Fan Zone Live. This is where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm Brian Hines. How you guys doing tonight?
Tonight we are less than 10 days, less than 2 weeks. It's been a long time, but OVW Homecoming is upon us, and we are returning to Davis Arena.
That's right. It is 1 week from tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
That's right, baby.
I can't wait. I am super excited. I can't wait to see in-ring action at Davis Arena. I can't wait to see all my friends in the audience.
Can't wait to see all of you guys in our audience right now. Thank you very much for joining us on this Wednesday afternoon, by the way.
I can't wait to see that Wix pizza on my plate either.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's 8 days from today.
But we do have one pit stop on the OVW. Well, do we have other ones? I don't think so. Do we? We have one next week. Or this week. The Kentucky State Fair is this week.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. We're going, which day?
I mean, we're at least going to go on Friday.
Does Saturday have a better concert?
I don't know.
I wish they were going tomorrow.
So I will grant you a boon to look at your phone if you've got it on you and see who are actually going to be there for concerts.
Oh yeah, no, this would be a good plug.
So chat room, if you know chat room. By the way, I am logged in as at OVW Podcast. My name is Tiny Brian. I'm your producer. Hello, new people. And feel free to get in the chat room. If you say something that's relevant, we'll do that. Or if you do a super chat, we will immediately interrupt whatever they're talking about with whatever you have for us.
And we have something for you guys this episode here. We are going to jump into the OVW Vault and watch a street fight between none other than Freya the Slayer and Tiffany Nieves, which will be interesting to add some context, of course, to Layla Gray and Tiffany Nieves' upcoming street fight.
Presumably.
Yes, we know there's going to be a street fight in the women's division. We are presuming it's going to be Tiffany.
Don't give me that look.
Presumably.
Did you see names? No, they were silhouettes.
They were just silhouettes. Brian is right.
It's true. You know, maybe I should stop, with all of that, because inevitably there's no way that things have not, I don't know. Anything could have happened in the absence for Davis Arena. I shouldn't say inevitably. I want to take that back. I should not say inevitably things have changed, but no one knows, as us fans, no one knows what has changed until we see them back next week on Thursday night.
Yeah, that's right.
I did confirm that, OVW did have two big shows this weekend in Northern Ohio and then up in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Incredibly successful shows. Lots of folks in attendance.
That's great.
And but there were no titles changed hands. I did confirm with OVW leadership that our current slate of OVW belt holders is the same as it was when we did belt shows and angles this week.
Look at you, Peter Parker.
That's about as I thought it would be. So, All right. If anybody who's watching tonight or anybody who catches this later on has any photos or any video from those shows, we'd love to see them.
Yeah, we'd love to be showing video of the event. We can't go to all of them, but we would love right now to be showing event and giving credit to the fans who actually took the video.
Absolutely.
We've not really. We need you guys to DM us that stuff and send it just at OVW Podcast on any social media platform we're on.
We got them all.
And we're on most of them. Send that, just DM us your videos. We'd love to see them, and then we'd love to share them right here on OVW Fan Zone Live.
You're right. There is one very specific one that we're not on, but that I can think of in the immediate anyway. I do have those concerts for you.
Yes, please. Let's talk about. So let's just plan our weekend here with the Fan Zone. Everybody who's going to the Kentucky State Fair, here's some of the stuff you can do.
These are free with paid admission. They begin at 6 p.m. No, the concert begins at 8 p.m. So what time does OVW start?
Rise?
No.
At 5:30.
So plenty of time. Perfect. Go watch some good wrestling. Go watch a good show, presumably good show. 38 specials on Friday with Exile.
Wow, it feels like the 70s just when you say that.
I actually did backstage for Exile a few months ago.
I remember that.
They were nice guys. They were really, really, really nice guys.
Okay, so what do I know Exile for? Somebody help me.
I want to kiss you all over and over and again.
Right, yeah.
They also have a really great song. They kind of transition more into hard country. They
Right.
They have one of at least a regional favorite. She's a miracle, a sight to see. They're kind of doing like an Alabama type thing.
For
a little while.
All right, then.
Very nice guys, though. Very nice guys. They were older gentlemen. Wives,
obviously.
Wives, not so much.
Well, you know. So Exile and 38 Special and
That's Friday night. That's
okay.
Friday
And
night.
what's Saturday night?
Someone I've never heard of. Chad, if you've heard of these people, let me know. And I'm usually pretty good with music, so that kind of throws me off. But Lauren Elena with Mackenzie Porter and Kelsey Hart.
I don't know any of those names.
No.
Is that it?
For the days in question, yes.
Can I ask a question?
You please.
Since you're on the other side of the board, can you turn things down just a little bit? Everybody seems like super hot tonight.
Thank you.
We'll turn down your headphones.
Yes.
What is the number on your headphones? We'll just produce.
I believe it is Marque Dos.
So we've got some new shows on the Dano's National Tour.
Yeah, new stuff's just been announced. We can you can see those in the tour update there, but specifically we have a Knot of the Luchadors coming up.
Yeah.
And that's with the soccer club up
Yeah,
there.
with City FC. Yeah,
that
Louisville City.
everyone seems to like so much.
Yeah, we'll be their rivals next year
In
with
Lexington.
our football soccer team.
What's it called?
Lexington
Wildcats.
Sporting Club.
Boring. Why is soccer so boring? Even down to the names.
They have miniature horses as their mascots. Two of them, one for the men's team and one for the women's team.
I almost got excited because I thought you were going to say at their games.
I think they'll be at the games. They're mascots.
So they're like Shetland
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Really? Like actual mini horses. At
They
the
had
games.
one at KS Bar during KSR today.
So over where you live, never mind. This is a conversation for
Yeah.
a different day. Long story short, there used to be someone in Lexington that would walk their mini horse.
No,
like
I know where that. I know the one you're
yes,
speaking of.
that used to walk their mini horse down the street like they're a dog.
So, Brian, do you have any particular interest in 38 Special or Exile?
I mean, I've been to more concerts than I can count.
Have you seen 38 Special?
If I would be down for any of them, it would be 38 Special. But we'll see how.
What's 38 Special's big song? Get this out of here.
Hold on loosely, but don't let go.
Oh, that's their
It's
song
just oddly mesmerizing.
from the Joe Dirt soundtrack. This is the official show.
Yeah, we're. Oh well.
It's the number one show. See, look, and it even kind of looks like a horse from this.
We
angle.
are definitely the #1 fan zone on OVW's YouTube page.
Yes.
All right.
There's no denying it.
There's no denying it. Hey, Ed. So we've got new shows announced for Louisville and Beyond. Night of the Luchadors. I'm not sure exactly what all that entails.
Luchadors?
Is it a theme?
I
night?
know that the infamous Venganza mask.
Venganza.
Venganza. I wasn't around when this was a thing. Venganza was featured in the background of this poster.
Would love to see it. That would be awesome. That would be great. Bringing that back out from one night. Little wink and nod to the fans. How far Luke's come, who he used to be.
I feel like
a side of him that still exists from a wrestling
we
perspective.
need more masked wrestlers in general. I mean, OVW really only has one, and that's the star of the show.
It's the only one you need, baby. Star Rider.
No.
If Star Rider
it's fun.
sucked, then maybe you need 5 of them. Star Rider's good. So
Well, Star Rider is good, but you can't have like a luchador thing with just a guy, a luchador.
we'll have plenty of time to dig into Night of the Luchadors. Maybe we'll see more than one luchador.
I would.
Well,
hope
I
so,
mean,
because
it's plural.
It's just
yeah,
Star
it's
Rider
plural.
and Venganza.
It's kind of implied.
It's just 30 minutes of them doing a match, and then we all go home.
Well, yeah. That actually keep going. Davis Arena reopens August 29th. OVW will be celebrating that fact. How, Brian Hines?
With the OVW Homecoming.
And what does that entail?
As far as I know, it's just, we're opening the doors to Davis Arena again, but, I mean, it can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe we could get fans to send in videos of them in, homecoming outfits or something, or I don't know. What other homecoming things do you do besides come home and fall asleep on the couch? In my case,
vandalize the school. That's what.
Let's not vandalize Davis Arena.
Oh yeah, I forgot that that's what got us into this in the first place.
Yes, so it's the other end of the.
Yeah, it is the opposite of that. Like I don't know.
My first homecoming was the first time I did vandalism in public, and it was to my school.
All right, well let's move along, shall we?
That's you can't punish that. It's out of the requirements.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah, the statute of limitations by now. OVW will be offering $10 tickets that night though. Don't vandalize.
General admission is free.
General admission is free.
That's right. I forgot. General admission is free. The premium tickets are $10.
Yeah,
Yes.
ringside seats for $10 if they're still available. We haven't checked. Where can they check for that?
They can check at OVWTix. That's OVWTIX.com.
I'll tell you what. Make a note of that, and during the break, we'll check and see if there's still any available.
For what?
For the premium seats.
Oh,
That way we can
okay.
just let people know if that's what they're interested in sitting in that night, that it'll only be $10 for a great seat at Davis Arena if they are still available. Speaking of giving out updates, let's roll into the ever infamous OVW Dano's National Tour update. If you happen to find yourself at any of these events or all of these events, tag us on any of your social medias. I promise we got them. At OVW Podcast, and we will farm your content in the most ethically sustainable way possible. Tiny Brian?
Jason O'Hara in the chat room reports there are
What's up, Jason?
a super limited number of premium seats available for OVW Homecoming.
Thank you, Jason.
Yes, we appreciate it.
We love an active chat room. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Jason keeps it active for us.
So there you go, guys. If you want premium seats for next Thursday, you better get them, or else you're just going to be out of luck.
Maybe gone by the end of this hour because we are probably not done talking about them.
But until then, you can see OVW for your price of admission to the Kentucky State Fair this weekend at on August 23rd. That's the Friday show. Is the 23rd right?
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct. There's one show there. The next day, the 24th, Kentucky State Fair, of course. 2 shows that day. Do we know the times of those shows yet?
I think there's the evening. There's 5:30 shows both days, and then there's like a 3 o'clock show on Saturday.
Perfect. The next one after that will be the return to Davis Arena, of course, but that's not on the national tour. But we still have to mention it here because we're all so excited, not only from a fan standpoint, from a content creation standpoint, that on August 29th, OVW is coming back to Davis Arena. 2 days later at OVW Fight Night. Where's that?
That's in Pikeville, Kentucky,
Does anybody
at Appalachian Wireless Arena.
What street's that on?
You know, I'm not certain. Maybe on Main Street. Maybe on. It is in the Riverfield district of Pikeville.
But how do you know that?
Oh well, because little known. You know, I should have brought this up before now, but I'm actually from Pike County.
It's true. I didn't know that.
Was that Brian? You knew that, right? I've known you for like 20 years.
Are you sure?
Okay. It is in fact on Main Street. Look at that. I got it right.
Wow.
I knew it. Oh my gosh.
So what are you trying to say?
I love that he knew that he would know that he is so from Pikeville, so of the area.
Yeah, I never lived there when that arena was there. It did not exist.
But I knew that too, and that's part of the reason that I'm so much more pleased by it is that you still know where it is. Main Street.
General admission seats are sold out for Fight Night. Once again, thanks to our man on OVW
right.
Tix.
Yeah.
So we have our seats. We actually bought a double-digit number of seats because of everybody who's coming, and
I might have one floating around. So if anybody's looking for one night of, let us know.
so yeah.
Not
we're
sure
down
if my
to.
friend's going to be able to join us.
There may be one single ticket left for homecoming in the premium sections.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, get
That
those
is
tickets while you can get them.
wonderful. That is incredible news, guys.
And thank you, Jason.
yes, thank you very much.
That's who. I'm sorry, I haven't got a chance. I want to make sure that was Jason before I give the one. Yes, but thank you. Oh gosh. All right. So, what else do we have here? That fight night. We didn't even get to the best part. We're too busy celebrating. Who's gonna be there? No, not the best. The best part's the OVW. This is all.
But there are some great guests.
This is.
Wait. The best part is the fans.
These are great.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
These are great sides at a good steak place. Is
Best
what these
Western.
Are. Who's gonna be there?
Best Western's a hotel. It's not a steak place.
Come on. Let's do the show. Let's do the show.
All right. Okay, I'm having problems with my headphones. OVW Fight Night at Appalachian Wireless Arena in Pikeville, Kentucky, August 31st, featuring Kevin Nash, Victoria, and the Boogeyman. Louisville, Kentucky, September 10th. That is Night of the Luchadors, as we
One of the new ones.
Talked about. Georgetown, Kentucky, September 13th. OVW returns to the Country Boy Brewing Tap Room in Georgetown.
That's my grandma's birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Grandma Oaks.
Dearly, both of them are dearly departed, and not that one.
Okay, well, never mind. Happy birthday, Jackman's grandma.
Yeah.
Longport, Indiana, August, September.
Yeah, they just moved that.
They just moved it? Okay, so October 4th. That is a free outdoor show.
We think, maybe. I know the original one was. I'll have to confirm that's free on outdoor.
We don't know?
I don't think it said it on the poster one way or the other. So
Well, then don't write it in the
I'm
notes.
sorry, those are old notes. My apologies. I didn't take
Okay,
it out.
we need to.
They're not all old notes. You did retype some. You were in the document.
Yes.
I'll
just
have
forgot
my people call your people after
we'll
the
do
show.
lunch. Yes,
Okay.
it'll be fine.
And Rock and Wrestling at Mom's Music in Louisville, Kentucky, October 5th. We have a video, don't we? An announcement video for that?
We've got that in the break.
Okay.
Just look for that during our break.
All right. And as we said before, all of these dates, you can get tickets for any of these, minus Homecoming, apparently, at OVWTix.com.
And you can no longer get general admission tickets to Fight Night, which is wonderful news, guys.
That's
Yes.
real?
Oh yeah, that's real. That's Jason looking at OVW Tix.
Wow.
He's actually reporting on there's only a few $50 seats left. Like there's apparently it's a month ago that there weren't a lot of tickets sold for this, so I'm really glad to see
All
that
right.
the fans are turning up and buying those Fight Night tickets.
I think a lot of people too, we're in an age where we're so used to having access to things that sometimes we forget that things are time sensitive.
Yeah.
We forget that tickets are one of the few things that you can buy on your phone that you can't just get like any time that you want,
No.
Well, back in my day, I mean, people camped.
Physical tickets.
People camped out for like, a day or two for tickets sometimes longer.
I really do think that
That was the only outlet you had to get them.
I think a really big part of people not wanting to go outside and stuff is losing physical tickets. This is not getting like a tangible ticket at the movie theater or
My Apple Wallet has all that stuff in it, and I like to go and look at it sometimes and look at all my old tickets. It's like a digital ticket box.
I have all of my tickets in a book, all the tickets I've ever been to. It's crazy. But you can get your tickets, right? Was that too radio?
Very radio.
You can get your tickets at OVWTix.com. Up next, we will be having one of our world famous or infamous watch-alongs, as we had mentioned earlier, between Freya the Slaya and Tiffany Nieves.
That is the word on the street.
We'll be back right after a real short break, and we'll get into that. And thank you, guys. This is the OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back.
OVW fans, you have been waiting for so long. We have been waiting for so long. But that wait is almost over. The time has almost come. On August 29th, the historic doors of Davis Arena reopen, and we host OVW Rise once again. On August 29th, it's time, OVW fans. We're back.
A love and a passion we all share. I've started a wrestling brand. A brand founded on the aspects of wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product that connect emotionally for people everywhere. From counting the lights in your local armory to main eventing in Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. Collar and elbow. The wrestling brand.
And I'm in the OVW Fan Zone.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
I'm James, and I'm in the OVW Fan Zone. Welcome back to the OVW Fan Zone, where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm still Brian Hines.
And we've got a watch along here. This is the one of the handful of times we've done this. I've been enjoying this. Easy way to spend a few minutes and relive some of OVW's vault here.
It's given me a lot of ideas for other projects.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to ask you about those maybe on the main show that's released on Mondays that we record on Sunday nights.
The OVW Podcast, the
at 8
unofficial
p.m.
podcast of OVW.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, that. Welcome back, Tiny Brian. That the OVW Podcast. That's our normal thing. That's our normal gig. You can find it wherever you get your podcast. OVW Podcast, kind of the same thing as our tag here in the chat. If you have direct questions for us, you can tag us in the chat at OVW Podcast. And, of course, Super Chats go to the top. And thank you guys for joining us in the chat this evening as we get into this watch-along here. Do I have my magic bubble yet? It's not my magic bubble. It's our magic bubble.
Yep. There's
Hey, what's up, Magic Bubble?
Eric Cornish, good guy.
He
our
is a good
friend,
guy.
Our friend Bree there.
Yeah.
And our friend Freya as well. One of my all-time favorite.
Oh, yeah. She's got a trash can. She came prepared.
Oh yeah, the I've talked about this before in the street fight. I love whenever the wrestlers come out in the street clothes.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite recurring themes of all wrestling.
Yeah.
So this is
Freya's-
actually part of the build-up to the wedding. This was last
Okay.
summer. This was summer of 2023, just
Okay.
before we started covering OVW.
So a little bit of analysis here. I don't know. I guess that was probably
That was a loaded teddy bear.
it's probably a gift that Mr. Greider had given to her, if I had to guess, right?
That tracks.
If I'm not mistaken, you'll find the Eric at ringside there.
Yeah. Yeah, so Freya just wailing in on Tiffany. Tiffany begging off. Big kick to the back.
There's the OVW commentary team, Brian Kinnison, Dancing Stevie J, and
Josh
the East End
Ashcraft.
villain, Josh
Oh,
Ashcraft.
look, we're all represented
Yeah.
today. Big power move, big shoulder from Freya there. Kick to the midsection. Really just ravaging the midsection of Tiffany Nieves
I
here
want to
early
see
on.
the street fighting and the weapons and stuff.
I want to, if I could ask you a question as we look toward OVW Fight Night. She brought out a teddy bear this time. was Tiffany Nieves bring out to the ring with her during her street fight? Well, if Tiffany Nieves was...
Let's assume that it's going to be Tiffany. That is the running feud.
Allegedly.
Right. Allegedly.
If you're a Letterkenny fan.
Freya in total control here. Look at look at that drop.
Right out.
Monster leg drop.
Right on
out
the
of that
larynx.
one out of that one guy's book.
Yeah.
We don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
So it's
right,
interesting.
brother.
It's interesting to me that this is when Freya was still a heel, correct?
I mean,
yeah.
it's got to be. I mean, it's right at the end of that.
Because
guess.
her
Right
heel
around-
turn or her face turn happened at the big 123.
Right
At,
around-
at
right
the
around
wedding. We
there.
were there for that night.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
God, the caution sign.
That's a great weapon.
Oh, well.
What a great weapon.
Cuidado, baby. Piso mojado.
We got to really give
A plunger.
Tiffany some credit here on the way she's selling some of this stuff, too. It looks great. Looks really great.
Hey, I found the trash can lid.
There it is.
Chairs, so you can sit down on break.
So does all that stuff just stay under the ring?
That's what I always wondered. I mean, does that where the chairs just live?
So, in my
It
opinion,
makes sense. Like, if you have to clean, you just shove everything under your bed. Like, it makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That might be the wow. And looking at it here, there's all of these seats in Davis Arena would be packed to the gills right now.
Yeah.
Man, I have never seen anybody take a beating with the wet floor sign.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. I did that once.
Is that a what is that? that
Some
she's-
kind of giant iron bar,
Looks
like a broom handle.
yeah,
or
like a broom
something.
handle. Setting
Oh,
up
yeah.
the trash can lid in the corner there. That never ends well for anybody.
Oh,
The
Swing
bacon
and a
sheet.
miss.
The baking sheet.
I got hit with one of those.
Well, you could assume that there's a lot of stuff under the ring, like, just normal everyday stuff, because people like to stay down there so often
Sure,
and
it's
come out from under the, come out at the opportune moment.
It's like a timeshare.
I often feel like both under the ring and the backstage area of wrestling is a magical space where kind of anything can happen.
Oh, it's a yeah,
Ooh.
it's interdimensional.
Indeed. Freya's still in just total control here.
Yeah, there really hasn't been a moment where
Yeah,
Tiffany's
Tiffany
been
really
able to
hasn't
get
had
the
a
upper
lot of
hand here.
offense, unfortunately, for La Princesa. But I'm sure that is subject to change at any given point. Oh, here we go to the trash
As it
can.
often is.
As it always,
Oh,
it always
Freya
is.
going under the thing.
the
Tiffany
the
just
ring
threw
apron.
just
Oh,
big
no,
piece of plywood.
yeah, I thought it was a table, but it's not a table. It's a piece of plywood.
Freya's so good at being a badass.
she really is.
It's just authentic, man.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
badass.
Like,
There we go. Hey, there's
look, it's
more
going on
kitchen
top.
Oh.
It's going on top.
equipment. Bunch of pizza pans. They had like a
Oh, that's great.
At first, I thought she was gonna try to like flip her over and put the lid on top, and I was like, she's not gonna.
She
fit
won't
in
fit
there.
in
No,
that.
that's
Let's not
not
even
happening.
try that.
I bet it's loud if you're in a trash can and somebody hits the side of it.
I bet it
That'd
is.
be the worst part,
Ooh.
man.
As
Look
a matter
at her
of fact,
setting up.
I know it is from experience, but that's an off-mic story we'll talk
Ow.
about later.
Look at that. What
It's
was
gonna be-
that? Was that the lid of the
So
trash
it's a
can?
small
that was a-
baking pan.
That was a pizza pan.
Yeah, like yeah.
All your
Sets the
pizzas are
table
they're
up
not
and-
going to heat evenly now.
Oh, look, Tiffany's
ruined.
laying the plywood between the
An
chairs
impromptu
there.
table.
Oh, and meanwhile, Freya got the lid of the trash can there.
That seems to be the weapon of choice behind the wet floor sign. Obviously.
Freya's maneuvering the impromptu table here. Looks like she's got plans to send Tiffany through it. We'll see what happens.
She's going to be like in
In
Step
in
Brothers.
Dudley
where
Boys-esque fashion.
they're going to be out in the
Oh.
garage breaking boards. She's just going to use her opponent to do it.
So, looks like a power bomb here we're going for.
I wonder
Nope.
what's.
It's
No.
going to be a block.
Oh,
Tiffany.
got her with the
Incredibly
weapon.
smart. Incredibly smart. Wow.
Very
But she pays a
crafty.
price because she was all the way up at shoulder height for Freya the Slayer when Freya went down.
Hey, it could have been worse. She could have cracked the back of her head on that board, and that would have been Coitons, I tells you.
Yep.
Wow. That was a wonderful, wonderful little maneuver there.
Oh,
Really like
Tiffany's going to try the power bomb now. Can she pull this off? I mean,
Oh my goodness
the
gracious!
size difference is a whole thing.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yes.
wow. Here's
yes,
Aaron
baby.
Grinder.
Let's
There we
go.
go.
Let's go, baby.
Why is there a giant unicorn?
What do you think? It's a love story angle.
I guess.
That is the biggest
Look
stuffed
at
animal
the crowd.
I have ever seen.
Look at the crowd.
I saw Mr. Joe.
Wait, is Tiffany? I wish we knew exactly what was going.
Distraction from
yeah,
Aaron
he's
Grider.
a distraction.
So Joe,
Oh, are we doing a choke slam?
Oh yeah, choke slam through the
Up
flower.
and
Oh God, baby Jesus!
everybody knows Joe,
That's it.
we all love Joe.
and we all love Joe.
We all love you, Mr. Joe.
His
he
the
does
look,
have a last name.
the look, Mr. Cooley. No, he doesn't like that, right?
Oh
the-
yeah, that's his father.
The look on his face
He'll tell you.
when Aaron Grider came out with that giant unicorn was needs to be in a frame somewhere.
Wow.
Oh,
look at
so
that.
now we're putting the in the ring. It's apparently for Freya. Oh, look.
Well, sure it is.
So that's why Tiff had the stuffed animal earlier, because Aaron apparently gave that to her. But
Yes.
look, now Aaron's given Freya a much bigger stuffed animal.
And the unicorn
Where
wins.
do they get these things?
Unicorns are us.
And we got
I
an
believe
Orion here.
I believe that is still Blanco Loco. All right.
He's always been Orion.
We just couldn't see him.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
it's in the canon. So we're gonna. What'd
Well,
you think?
let's-
What'd you think
let's
about
talk
that
about
match,
this.
Brian Hines?
As far as street fights go, it's as solid as they come. Couple of random things in there I didn't expect to see, like plunger.
Okay, yeah.
Love a plunger.
Very useful tool. Would not want to be on the business end of it. The wet floor sign.
Yeah.
And all of the pizzas that aren't going to bake evenly just kind of breaks my heart because all the pizza pans are bent.
That is true.
Yeah.
I thought that Tiffany was really wonderful the way that she sold. Very flippy floppy up there with. There's some moments she's up there with the best of them, and I think Freya working as the big time, powerful baby face, even with shades of the most biggest, timest, powerfulest baby face in the whole history of the industry. I thought that they played off of each other really, really well.
I don't think Freya was a babyface at this point.
She was showing shades of a baby face.
The crowd was definitely behind her when the unicorn came out. I mean, we didn't have the audio up, so
Yeah.
couldn't really tell you. But based on, Tiffany coming out with the bear, that makes her kind of, the bad guy in this situation because she took something that, her Freya's boyfriend gave to her.
Yeah, that was from OVW 1244. I don't know if we announced that or not.
Yeah, I think we did.
I
But,
don't think so, but anyway.
Yeah, but it was a street fight. That was a pretty great episode. I'm enjoying kind of spending my time looking at old wrestling, looking for things for us to go back and rewatch now.
Look at who's in the background behind Orion.
I can't see it anymore, so.
It'd be Venganza and
That's
Cal
right.
Hero. And
That is right.
actually a picture of Orion himself. Orion's doing a little double.
Yeah, there's
duty,
a,
it looks
a
like.
triple threat match.
All right.
Can we talk about something that interests me?
Sure.
When we have these street fights, when I started watching wrestling in the late 90s or mid 90s, really, if there was a street fight, you would always see a kendo stick.
Yeah.
And now you never see a kendo stick. I
oh,
haven't
no,
seen
you
it.
see them all the time.
I don't see them.
You don't watch wrestling.
I actually have an explanation for
I
why
had
you
a feeling you might.
why you remember this so strongly. There was a American student who got punished for shoplifting in Singapore by caning.
Oh, I
10
remember
times.
that. I remember the David Letterman
I
top
remember that,
top
yeah.
10 list about that.
And so in the mid 90s, it was very much a part of the cultural zeitgeist. And Paul Heyman and ECW ran a storyline heavily involving what we call a kendo stick, but was in that angle called a Singapore cane.
Right.
And
Yeah, that's right.
that kind of that if you were to hear Paul Heyman tell the story, hear WWF tell the story, he's the one that introduced the kendo stick into wrestling. Of course, Sandman became so iconic for carrying one around. I don't know if that's necessarily true. It might be true. It's hard to say. Everything in wrestling is borrowed, but I would say why you remember it so much is that reason that he gave of the Singapore cane.
Right, it came huge in the zeitgeist, and so wrestlers started carrying things around that kind of reminded people of. But the Singapore cane looks the cane that they use in Singapore, as far as I know, looks nothing like a kendo stick though.
The kendo stick's got to break though.
Yeah,
those things ain't made to break; they're made to break you.
Yes, they are.
So totally different. But that would probably be in the grand scheme of wrestling, that is probably why you remember from that time watching a lot of it.
Well, that's very insightful, Jackman. That's why we pay you the almost no bucks.
Lots of pizza, lots of beer, baby.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's a great street fight, and I think it's a good preview of what we might expect from Fight Night in a few weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really looking forward to Fight Night. No matter who's on the card, we apparently don't know yet.
Yeah, they've only teased 3 matches, right? The 10 men in the cage.
Nothing. We would be talking about it if they had said something else.
Kendo, ladder, cage.
Yes.
That's what we know so far. We can only guess who's in them, and probably until next week on August 29th.
I would imagine
OVW
we
Davis
will
Arena
be hearing
Homecoming.
about this relatively soon.
Hopefully next week we will be able to do predictions for the Rise the next day.
Yeah.
So in this space, we will be able to at least
bring back the predictions.
Yeah, bring back predictions.
All right.
Even if we can't, I don't know if they're going to release the full card I bet they don't release the pay-per-view card until Thursday night during Rise. If I was making, I don't know one way or the other.
Well,
in
that
this
is
case.
Everything
that
will
is
be tied
quite
up.
the testament to the selling power of OVW at Appalachian Wireless Center. They've only announced 3 matches. They haven't said what those 3 matches were, other than a small piece of information in regarding
just
each of these
stipulations
3.
and belts, basically.
And they've just about sold out, right?
That's the impression that I'm under with the information I'm working with.
That is most impressive on the part of OVW.
And congratulations, guys.
The
Well
dedication
deserved.
of the fans. Yes.
Well deserved.
Congratulations.
And more things you can see.
And I like that. You highlighted the fans in that as well, and I think that's important.
I mean, without the fans,
None
we
of
don't
this
have
is-
anything to
we
do
don't-
on Wednesday, and they don't have anything to do on Thursday.
You'll probably actually hear Al talk about the fans whenever we get around to this break.
Yeah, if not, you heard about it a few minutes ago. There was a new thing for Breaks Interstate Park in the ads this week, and there's a second one now.
Perfect.
So this is more. The breaks are like 25 minutes from Pikeville. This is literally when I would go like to the park when we went and did things. If I wanted to go ride a paddle boat or listen to some bluegrass music.
And you're from there, right?
Yes, I'm from there.
Did you ever take a honey out on the paddle boat?
So I did, in fact. Would you like to hear a story about the breaks?
I would like to hear a story before the break about the breaks, but I would like to conduct the interview. Did you ever take a honey out on that paddle boat?
In fact, I did.
Okay,
yes.
This is the good stuff. Okay,
so there was this girl I had a crush on in high school.
So if you are a young man in going to Pikeville, let's say you're going to Pikeville for
Let him tell the story.
I'm just saying he could emulate this experience if there's
You don't want to. No, this was not a nice thing I did. This is not a highlight of my life.
So if you're a
but
young
it's
man
kinda funny.
in Pikeville, visiting Pikeville, and you've got a honey that you want to take out, don't do this at
the breaks. Well, the
the
breaks is a great place to take someone that you
take a
want
honey.
that you wish to be intimate with. But I had a girl who I had a huge crush on.
I did not imply that.
All right, had a girl that I had a huge crush on in high school. And
What was her name?
No.
Full name.
We're
Full
not
name.
doing
No.
that.
Full name.
We're not doing that. She had a boyfriend at the time, however.
Oh, scandalous.
And we were all hanging out, and because I was one of those kind of guys, and I'd just gotten my car.
What kind of guy is that?
We're not getting into that. Draw your own conclusions. I'd just gotten a little Dodge Shadow, little sports car, little weird looking little sports car, but a good little car. And the roads that go to the breaks are banked.
Okay. Yeah.
Because you're in high mountain, and so they have a nice 30-degree bank, at least the ones we used back then. I think the new road may be in now, and it's not even that. And I took those super recklessly fast, really, as an 18-year-old.
As any 18-year-old would.
And made the boyfriend of the girl that I had to crush on, I had to stop the car and allow him to
honk.
Exactly. And so don't do that. Don't emulate that. That's not nice behavior, but it was a thing I did once.
Was it intentional?
I mean, I was trying to scare him with the drive, yes. I mean,
Wow.
So I was, yeah.
Yeah, probably don't
don't emulate that.
Probably don't Quentin Tarantino's Death Proof people.
None of those things, Brian.
We did not have an accident intentionally to kill people. Come on now.
You were using your car as a weapon of fear and intimidation.
Okay.
In an effort
now I just feel like
in an effort
you were 18. You were barely
a competitor toss his cookies.
Yes.
You were 18. You barely had half a brain.
Yeah, and I had no game, so I needed every advantage I could get.
You're 18. You're confused every day.
I know.
Indeed. I know. When Cal Hero was 18, he would have never done anything like that.
No, but I'm probably never going to be the heavyweight champion. So
that's true. Well, you never know.
I'm just heavyweight.
It all starts with a dream.
I just dream about coming back from this break.
All right, this is the OVW Fan Zone Live. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us. We'll be back right after this.
If Allison lives, I'll let old Reynolds' boys go free.
If you marry him, you're no longer a real McCoy.
See the authentic sights of the world's most famous feud. Plan your Hatfields and McCoy's historic driving tour with us today.
Visit tourpikecounty.com for details.
Soy Luis y estoy acá muy feliz en la zona de OVW. Thank you, Victor.
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
I'm James and I'm in the OVW Fan Zone.
Welcome back. The final segment here on the OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm not repeating myself.
I love repeating myself. It's a radio habit.
You know, one of my biggest pet peeves is when people repeat themselves, and I really hate it when people repeat themselves.
What did you say?
What?
Tiny Brian.
So I've been watching the chat room, and Jason, who has been sort of
He's our man on the street tonight.
Well, he's our man on the ticket website tonight. He's been apparently trolling Ticketmaster. He thinks there's way less.
Ticketmaster needs to be trolled more often.
That is true.
Yeah, and smacked around a little bit.
But anyway, he says that, by the way, Fight Night, you need to go to Ticketmaster to get the OVW Fight Night
that
tickets.
is a very good point.
That's exciting.
That's
exciting.
He's
Yeah,
been
we need
looking
to make a note of that.
And he says there's way less than 1,000 tickets left.
That's great.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, 700-800 tickets maybe.
It's fantastic because you fans are coming out and buying tickets for Fight Night.
Keep coming and come and hang out and so
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for OVW, man. Really, like not just because this is the one night a week we're official, not just because this is such a fun thing that we get to do, but what a experience and an accomplishment for all the wrestlers and for OVW in general. Really getting on the other side of 3,000 tickets to it.
I'm so happy because today I found my friends. They're in the fan zone.
They're in the fan zone.
Yeah.
Is that a reference to something I don't understand?
Lithium.
Nirvana.
The Nirvana song.
Yeah. The grunge movement of the 90s. It's sort of part of our whole cultural identity.
They were just always a little too hard for me. I like it a little softer.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's clip that out. Ken terminated.
I say stuff like that all the time.
I know.
They're saying
we're never clipping anything out. That is just not what we do.
No.
Earlier in the evening in the chat room, Ken terminated when we were talking about.
I say it to see if you'll actually be like, don't do that.
I'm gonna have to hang up a no innuendo sign. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Ken terminated earlier in the evening when we were discussing masked wrestlers and how we talking about whether or not OVW needs more of them or what we think about them. Ken said that OVW needs a tall luchador like Psychosis from the 90s.
Oh, how fun would that be?
Yeah, that would be great.
How fun would that be? Just a big jacked dude that you have no idea what he looks like. Psychosis wasn't like that jacked, but he was pretty tall.
Well,
yeah.
Like maybe Kane. Wasn't Kane technically a masked wrestler? We don't really treat him that way.
Yeah, but he wasn't like luchador style.
The mask that he wore was a was an allegory for childhood trauma.
Well, sure, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Did you guys see that? He is the mayor of Knox County, Knoxville in Tennessee.
Correct.
He apparently was at some sort of like political event and. Somebody was, I think, taking too long to introduce him. Obviously, it was a work, but his music played. He put on his mask and he did
the fire.
Did the flat on the ground thing. I cannot think of what it. It's not the pile driver, but where he puts their head between his legs and pulls their arms out.
Tombstone.
The tombstone.
No,
that's
a
pedigree.
That's a pedigree.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think it was basically a pedigree, but it was a great video. It's like we need more wrestlers in politics, maybe.
Maybe not.
We don't, because did you see that compilation of unprotected chair shots to the head that Kane took? Anyway, anything else from the chat?
There's a lot of updates on. We've been getting updates on the ticket remaining, and they've been discussing whether or not the Singapore Cane made Sandman or whether Sandman made the Singapore Cane. There's a discussion there about.
For me, on the we don't discuss other stuff here, especially on Wednesday nights. But to comment to the chat's question, for me, the angle made the Singapore Cane. If you go back,
this is stuff from 20 years ago.
If you go back and rewatch the whole thing, and you really don't even have to rewatch the whole thing, you can just watch the when Tommy Dreamer has to take the lashes from Sandman and Woman, and that's the moment that the cane made a thing, and that moment came from the angle. Sandman just got to use it afterward, and Sandman was a made man after that angle, and Tommy Dreamer was a made man after that angle. But it was the angle, for me personally, to get a little meta, it was the angle that made the Singapore Cane.
All right, Ryan, you have any thoughts on it?
I mean, I feel like the two just kind of made each other.
Yeah, there is a moment meeting. There's a situation and a person to meet it.
Kind of like life imitates art, art imitates life kind of thing.
True.
We got to go back, and me and you on maybe since your roommate's out of town, we can watch some of that ECW.
Maybe. Who knows?
maybe we dig up some good old Al moments. There's quite a handful.
I'm sure that there's a ton.
That'd be fun.
I would like to find the video promo where he's got the flyer of the lost dog that I saw back in the day and actually called and talked to somebody, and it turned out to be Val Venus. I didn't know it.
Val Venus's mother, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because it was his home phone number. Al told that story on one of our interview episodes.
Yeah, but it wasn't a lady that answered the phone. But whoever it was completely confused. Like, what are you talking about?
Why do people keep
seriously? Yeah.
That's
anyway. The 90s were weird, and we didn't have a lot to do, and that was exciting. And I was excited that I called this number on TV and got an answer from somebody in when I was supposed to be working at the liquor store.
And I was ugly for that one. That's one of the. You can go back and find. I'm sure I was told that on other podcasts, but he has it on our podcast. On our way out here, let's remind people what we do 6 days out of the week, Brian.
We are unofficial 6 days out of the week because we are the OVW Podcast, the unofficial podcast of OVW.
Oh yeah, let's in the morning. You'll be able to get in our audio feed an interview with one mammoth, Donovan Cecil.
Not one mammoth.
The
mammoth, Donovan.
The only mammoth you ever need, Donovan Cecil. We have a full sit-down interview with him all by himself. He's been in our studio multiple times with TW3. This was the time he came and talked just to you guys, and I thought it was an excellent interview. I can't wait to share it with everybody.
It was an excellent interview, and it was great to talk to him off mic about some of the common interests that we have. I really valued that time we spent together. So, Donovan, if you're watching or if you're listening, thank you very much.
And, if you guys out there in internet land, what a great place for you guys to start. If you have a moment, please subscribe. You can find us on this website you're on right now. If you just type OVW Podcast in the exact same search bar you use to get to this video you're watching. And you can find us on all of your streaming. You can find us on our website, ovwpodcast.com. And what a great place to start tomorrow morning with us, this sit-down solo interview with Donovan Cecil.
Yes. I can't think of a better way to start the day except for maybe like bacon and coffee.
I'm going through a phase where I'm not really listening to a lot of our stuff right now. It's just we're doing a lot of stuff, and I'll go back and listen to it in chunks maybe, but I'm looking forward to Donovan.
It's a pretty great interview.
Looking forward to hearing this one again.
Those days of the Manchester shows are always like such a blur. Like there's always something to do, and we're doing this interview, and then we're doing another interview, and then
we're playing basketball.
We're eating tacos, then we have like another segment. So by the time all that's over, and then we go to the show, all the stuff we did in the beginning is pretty well gone because I just walked out of a fantastic house show.
And that'll be a podcast one day all in and of itself. So if you guys start following us now, you can look forward to a bunch of stories from those kind of days on our feed eventually. Tiny Brian, unless there's anything else from the chat and unless there's anything else from you, my colleague,
let's finish the calendar. So in the morning we have Donovan Cecil. Tomorrow night there will be something on the OVW YouTube channel and the various networks there where they do for Rise. It will be some sort of rerun. We're not entirely sure what it'll be, but we will enjoy it. Sunday night at 8 p.m. on our YouTube channel at OVW Podcast on YouTube, we will go live with the OVW Podcast where we will talk about something. This is the last of these episodes where we've had no Rise to talk about, so
we won't go an hour that night.
No, we probably won't go an hour. We'll figure something out.
We say stuff like that, but we routinely go an hour plus. So
that is true.
Expect the unexpected.
That'll be out in the podcast feed on Monday morning. Tuesday is Overdrive right here in this OVW feed. This again is the last thing before we come back to live shows. We'll be back here next Wednesday to preview the OVW Homecoming and to talk about whatever other nonsense strikes our fancy. And 1 week from tomorrow is OVW Homecoming.
I have a question.
Please.
Has anybody told Mama Mammoth that Donovan's interview is tomorrow?
I have a feeling Donovan. Well, honestly, I know she interacts with us.
Yeah, she does.
So I bet
she's a very nice lady.
I have a feeling that her and Donovan, that he has told her because he wants her to know.
Well, I don't know that he knew, but if you're out there, Mama
Mammoth,
Mammoth,
you're springing this on us now.
She knows.
So I'm sure he has
an interview. I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
hey, Mama Mammoth, tomorrow's the day.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen? All right. Well, have a good week. We will see you on Sunday. The OVW Fan Zone Live, the official fan reaction talk show of Ohio Valley Wrestling, is produced by Black Light Moon Productions at Nut House Studios in Lexington, Kentucky, in association with Gladiator Sports. The OVW Podcast broadcast team is Jackman Oaks and Brian Hines. Our studio engineer and editor is Malachi P.S. Woodard. Executive producer is me. I'm Tiny Brian Woodard. Senior producer for The Blimp is Victor Anderson. On Monday mornings, catch the OVW Podcast where we break down every episode of OVW Rise. And Friday mornings, catch Tiny Brian and Victor's coverage of OVW Overdrive.
Y'all still doing that?
I mean, maybe when they get back.
Once in a while.
After watching wrestlers on Netflix, visit ovwpodcast.com/podcasters to find all episodes of our unofficial Wrestlers After Show. Be sure to subscribe where you get your podcast. Rate us 5 stars. Give us a review. You can also follow us at OVW Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, Threads, and
all the way to Davis Arena for homecoming.
But first to the Kentucky State Fair this Friday.
Oh, baby,
what he
baby.
Said.